Which this is probably the third time I'm trying to do this. Y'all pray for me. So I was listening to someone give a short exhortation, and they mentioned turkeys, and not turkeys not flying, right? And that's something about it struck me. It's common knowledge, but something about it was like, look into that. And so I started looking up the characteristics of a turkey. I'm gonna read them off to you. But as I was doing that, I was like, I heard you literally are what you eat. And I was like, you're right. And then I was like, we eat a lot of chicken. And when I say we, I mean like people in general, especially in the Black community and the Hispanic community, right? And so I was like, let me look up the characteristics of a chicken as well. I'm gonna run off these some of these common stats to y'all, and then we're gonna have a little conversation because I've been on this journey towards um vegetarianism. I don't know when I got on this journey. I just know that I found myself through my fasting, I found myself cutting out certain foods. And then at one point, I transitioned to throttle myself to the Daniel fast. And um, then all of a sudden, I heard, like literally heard in my mind's ear that I was gonna stop eating meat altogether. Like I was gonna go vegetarian. I was like, oh, okay. But it was just so calm and understanding that I was like, I could do it, because I hadn't eaten meat in maybe 3 or 4 months, maybe longer than that. And it didn't bother me, It was just the only thing that bothered me was that nagging feeling of you gotta have you gotta have a meat with your starches. So if you're gonna eat rice, you need to have a meat with it. You're gonna eat yams, you gotta have a meat with it. Like that's the only thing that really made me feel like I needed to eat meat. It made me feel like my meal was incomplete, But other than that, I ain't miss it. It makes me tired. Anyways, let me run these characteristics for y'all. I'm short on time real quick. I'm gonna read off the characteristics of the chicken, and then I'm gonna read off the characteristics that I found of the turkey, both domesticated, the domesticated versions, okay? Because we are domesticated people. If you didn't notice, we were definitely domesticated. So the chicken, there are more chickens in the world than any other bird. They are domesticated, originally bred for fighting or special ceremonies. They're always looking down and always scratching at the soil looking for food. They're not capable of long distance flying. So they can fly, but only about 10 feet into the air and for a short distance to maybe jump over a fence or a wall or something. Or if there's a perceived threat or predator, they'll fly to get out of there. But they ain't going very far. And they tend to be very loud. Last trait that I saw, they gang up on weak or inexperienced predators. So weak or inexperienced threats, they definitely jumping them. Sounds real. A lot of these sound real familiar, but we'll talk about that in a second. Domesticated turkey. Young turkeys fly short distances, but by the time they're adults, they stop flying. But the adult turkeys will climb on objects. I'm gonna get somewhere, I guess. Whew. The young turkeys also do a lot of spontaneous, frivolous running. So they run in circles, not really doing much, look like they playing around or whatnot. Turkeys in general display comfort behaviors. So a lot of wing flapping, a lot of feather ruffling, a lot of leg scratching, and dust bathing. So they do a lot of putting on, right? Um, they're highly social and distressed when isolated, and their behaviors are socially facilitated. And so if one starts doing it, the likelihood of them all starting to do it is significantly increased. Um, they often attack strangers, sometimes fatally. They're highly vocal. Social tension within the group monitored by vocalization. And the maturing males spend a lot of time sexually displaying. Now, child, if this doesn't sound reminiscent to the black and brown cultures, I don't know what is. Chicken and turkey is the most eaten meat products in our communities. We don't eat beef as much as we eat chicken. Chicken is at every function. Turkey is, we've fried turkey, we've air fried turkey, deep fried turkey, we've candied turkey. Like, we've done so many different things, and we won't even talk about the chicken. We've made dip out of chicken. We've fried, air fried, boiled, like, baked it, all of that. You literally are what you eat. We have communities of people who gang up on anybody that's a perceived threat, the way these chickens do. We tend to be, when we're together, tend to be so loud and obnoxious sounding, like chickens tend to. Turkeys too, actually. We're always scratching at the ground looking for something. What are you looking for? Lift your head up. That's where it's supposed to be. Looking up in front of you, not down at the ground. Always looking down at other people. It don't matter even if they're above us socially or class-wise, whatever it is. We're always looking down at somebody else, right? They were originally bred for fighting or special ceremonies. I'm gonna leave that one alone, because that might be a trigger point for somebody. And through slavery, we definitely have become a domesticated people. You can't tell me otherwise. We are so domesticated, it's not even funny. If we're not, I'm gonna leave that alone too. But just like the young turkeys, our young men, our young women, they start to gain ground, they start to fly, and it is such a beautiful sight. But then life starts happening for them. Or the adult turkeys, the adults, start discouraging them and telling them that they can't do this, they can't do that. Oh, you'll never make this, or you'll never make that. Ain't been no black president. They can't say that now. But so many things that our previous generations have discouraged us to the point where, as they mature, they stop flying, never really going nowhere. And these adults surely step on people in order to get to where they're trying to go. Just like the turkeys step on objects and always putting on for somebody. Everybody, like, everywhere you turn in media right now, people are putting on. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. Jesus' song, Put On From a City, it was a bop. But what are you putting on? Are you putting on authenticity? Or are you putting on a mask that's really not showing nothing? Fluffing and ruffling your feathers to distract from the fact that you're empty, to distract from the fact that you ain't holding nothing, that you got no substance about you. And we definitely are a monkey see, monkey do society. When we're isolated, we become depressed, we become sad, we become, real toxic to ourselves. But once one person starts doing something, we have such a follower's mindset that as soon as someone starts doing something, like these waves of TikTok videos that have been coming out with people, if you didn't know, I'm gonna tell you right now, with people doing witchcraft dances and movements and demonic dances and movements, you don't even know what you're doing. You don't even know what God you're actually dedicating these dances to. But here you are worshiping them in your little dances. You really, I'm gonna leave it alone. You're being sheeple, basically. You are what you eat. You definitely are what you eat. And the men, I'm so sorry, but sexualizing everything. Everything is sexualized. Everything is sexualized. Media is not run by a woman. It's ran by men. And women, like turkeys, are following suit and saying, oh, that's what you like, that's what you want to see. Here, let me cock my tail up like a chicken, like a turkey, so that I can put on for you. Because I don't want you to see that I lack substance. I kid you not. I can't, I just, the way that these animals are harvested is bad enough. But the fact that we literally are what we eat. And we have literally been displaying these characteristics and passing it down to our children, generation upon generation. I'm good with the meat. I can't eat it no more. I hope that you start making your way towards that, because we weren't meant to be an animal eating. We weren't meant to be omnivores anyways. But I'm all set. You are what you eat. If you're going to eat chicken and turkey, you're going to act like a chicken and a turkey. Evaluate your life. Evaluate your behavior. Have you been displaying these characteristics? You're going to need to cut out the chicken and the turkey then. Anywho, I gotta go. But stop playing with your life. Start praying for your life. Because he's coming soon. And if you ain't rapture ready, baby, I don't know what to tell you. Because I ain't stopping to tell nobody nothing. Because I've been warning you this whole time.